No one out of here. Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. You are watching Nub's Collection, a YouTube series dedicated to the cataloging and review of every game in my physical media collection. As always, I am your host, Victory Nub, and today we're going to be taking a look at Gauntlet Legends, originally developed and published for arcades by Atari Games and released in the United States in October of 1998. This is the N64 port of the game, published by Midway and released in the US on August 31st of 1999. Much like the original title, Gauntlet Legends is a dungeon crawler in which a team of up to 4 players advance through maze-like levels by defeating enemy grunts and destroying their generators. Unlike the original arcade release of Gauntlet, all versions of Gauntlet Legends have a defined end goal. Players must defeat the 4 hub bosses and acquire 13 hidden rune stones scattered throughout the game in order to access the final battle. Players can choose between one of 4 character classes, each with a particular strength. The warrior class excels at the strength stat and does the most melee damage. The Valkyrie has the highest armor stat of the group, making her a solid tank. The wizard class possesses the highest magic stat, making his potion attacks more lethal than any other class. And the archer has a strong speed stat, improving her movement speed while also possessing the strongest ranged attack. Gauntlet Legends features an expanded moveset over the original game, including a turbo button that enhances movement speed, attacks, and provides a shielding effect when used with an available potion, as well as a new leveling system that awards stat points and unlocks familiars and new character skins at certain levels. In a shocking twist, the Nintendo 64 port is widely considered the best version of Gauntlet Legends for a few reasons. In addition to full 4-player multiplayer via the game's expansion pack support, both of which the PlayStation port lacked, the N64 port allows players to save their progress using controller packs. Perhaps the most interesting addition to the N64 port is the inventory system, something that the later PlayStation port also added, in which players can find, buy, and store special temporary items that provide a host of benefits, including 3-way shots, speed boosts, invulnerability, and even an item that allows players to steal health from the dangerous death enemies. The arcade and Dreamcast versions of the game had better graphics and sound, but did not allow players to save such items. They were activated immediately upon purchase or contact. So, score 1 for the N64, kids. I have no sales data for Gauntlet Legends, but it's safe to say Atari was happy with the numbers because they released an updated version of the game, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, in 2000. Critically, the game received mixed reviews, with most critics complimenting the chaotic multiplayer action and the console version's playability tweaks, such as the ability to save progress, while panning the action as mindless and repetitive, which, frankly, is what they were going for. And that's basically Gauntlet in a nutshell. That's all the notes that I had. Let's go ahead and get it started. Oh, wrong button. There we go. All right, let's go to options. Controller config, so you have your standard attack hitting A. I think that's the ranged attack. Magic is B, turbo is the Z button, and use is R. Don't know if that's use is in the potions or not. I'm fine with the setup. That's perfectly fine. Alright, let's go to difficulty, normal. We'll leave it on normal. Not trying to prove anything today. No tweaks for the graphics. I think the expansion pack support is automatic as soon as you put it in. It does boost the frame rate just a tiny bit over the original unaltered game. But also, in order to play 4-player, you have to have the expansion pack. Without it, the game only supports 3 players at a time. I guess the N64 didn't have the horsepower to handle all 4 players at once. Alright, sound fine, music fine, and of course, we have to do it in sweet... Hold on, we gotta do it as the character that you hear whenever you're running out of health.
Don't need stereo sound badly.
I think that's how it sounds. Had to take the cans off to make sure I got the timbre correct. All right, continue. Start game. So, this version, obviously, because it was on the N64 and Nintendo was still squeamish about such things, does not have the infamous code that you could use, I believe, in the arcade as well as other console versions, which is the nude Valkyrie code. Basically, every character name in the versions that were more closely related to the arcade had a character name that was 3 digits and then a number code that was 3 digits. So your name, if you were using the nude code, was NUD, and the number passcode was 069. Ha ha ha. You did play as a nude version of the Valkyrie, but they put like sensor bars over her naughty bits, including her eyes for some reason. So that would be a way to mess around in the arcade. Can't do it on the home version of the N64 port, at least. You can do, I think there's a code that gives you more money, which we could try. Now, which one do we want to do? Do we want to do Valkyrie? Do we want to do Warrior? Do we want to do one of the secrets? I used to love playing as the Minotaur version, which is the Warrior, but it's like with a different skin. There's like different animal versions of each of the 4 classes. So this is the Valkyrie, and I think it's a hawk. This is like jackal, I want to say. And I don't remember what the archer is. A tigress, I want to say. And that is the wizard Sumner, who is like your guide during the gameplay. So let's pick... Let's do like Conan, I guess. Yeah, we'll do the warrior class. We will... Can we... Yeah, get rid of all that. So that... Oh, damn it. No, no, no. Get back to warrior. Alright, change. So what it is... Get to the numbers. Next. Yeah, there you go. Next. 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 So, no, I had it right. Next. So the code is, if you make your name 10,000K, every time you go back to the hub, you're supposed to have 10,000 gold in your inventory. How much is that related to any other cash that you accumulate during the game? I don't know. But supposedly this will give us a little tweak in our money whenever we go to the needed later to save game. That's fine. I forgot to put the rumble pack in. Damn it. Hey, it works. Hooray! It finally works. All right. We'll try to do the voice in character. I'm probably going to botch this.
Skorne has sealed my gateways with his evil magic and trapped my powers inside of magical obelisks hidden in each world. Free my power from these obelisks so that I can open the other worlds to you. With my last spell, I open the Mountain Kingdom. Skorne's forces have hollowed out the ancient volcano, Cerberus. Yeah, that sounds right. And hidden one of the 4 shards there. Find a way into the volcano's core and recover the first of the 4 shards you'll need. Your quest begins.
I don't know if we'll hear that voice at all during the game. All right, so where can I see if I have my money? Oh, that's just the name. Damn it. Where's the shop? Tell me where the shop is, old man. So not that one. Not that one. I don't know what that is. Actually, I do know what that is. That is where the keys go that unlocks the final world that you can go to, where you go fight Skorne. So not that. Not that. Maybe this? What is this? I hate you! Oh, okay. So I do go down the other path then. Hey. Hey. How do I buy things? Ah, bingo. Alright, shop. Shop. No gold! They lied! Maybe this isn't a real code. Or maybe I put it in wrong. Hold on, let's see. Maybe you're so... Oh... Maybe it's because I did an uppercase K. I don't know if there's an upper or lowercase option here. It doesn't matter. Alright, so let's get moving. Stand. And then you get sucked in.
You are now entering the Valley of Fire.
It was closer than I thought it would be. Gone! Oh, God. Is the audio going to be messed up like that the entire time? That's not good.
They are keys to open doors and chests.
I was pretty close with my version of the voice.
Shooting magic at a low level.
I didn't do it on purpose! Money.
Collect gold to buy power-ups.
So I think if you want to...
Generators to stop enemies.
If you want to fight enemies, you just run into them. But I might be wrong. Like in hand-to-hand, that is. Wait, I thought I had a key already. Okay. Well, maybe you only get one key. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Rock their asses! And then if you want to do... There's your special attack. Oh, God. I said, graphically, it's moving at a pretty brisk pace. I mean, I know we talked about this with the last episode of Nub's Collection where we were looking at Quake 2. The fact that I was just kind of blown away by the fact they could get a 60 frame, or what looked like 60 frames per second in the gameplay. How do I deactivate this? I don't know. Maybe you can't. How do I get you? Oh, hit the switch. Touch the stone.
Each obelisk you open strengthens my power and weakens Skorne's hold on my gateway. Find the other two obelisks.
I'll try. Yeah, see, I'm not taking any damage, and I'm not touching anything. I'm literally just walking into the enemies there. What is this? 3 obelisks are hidden in the Mountain Kingdom. Activate them all to free Sumner's power. Summon Hang on. The use button toggles items on or off. Oh, that's the R button. Okay. Alright. I'll turn it off. I don't want to use it. Turn that on. I don't need that. I know where I'm going. I can figure it out. I don't know if there is a way to turn the camera. I think it's kind of stuck the way that it displays. Kick their asses. I think as long as you're directly engaging the enemy, they don't damage you. So, in a rare twist for a video game, you don't actually have to hit any buttons to fight. You could just run into enemies to hit them. I guess every chest does require a key. Interesting. I have played this game before. I remember renting it long enough to beat the game, and then I bought the game at a later time. Turbo plus attack for turbo attack. Yeah, we already done that once. This version of the game was one that I picked up for my mother when I bought the N64 that she got when I left for college. Again, don't know if she ever played it, but I know that I had played Gauntlet Legends a bunch when it came out. It was one of those games that, as we talked about in the intro notes, it's just kind of mindless action, but it's, you know, a satisfying kind of mindless action. Sometimes you do want a game that doesn't require a lot of effort or thought. You just want to kill things and go to the next target. Okay, guys. Let's get rid of the peewees over here. Get out of here. Bam! Alright, and then we leveled up. I think all the stat improvements are handled automatically, so you don't get to choose what you're doing, but it's fine. I don't... Okay. How about this key right here? What's that work for? There's a potion, which we hadn't actually gotten one of yet. There's the switch. You can see it underneath the map. Red switches are off, green are on. The switch arrow points towards what it affects.
Make some walls disappear.
Well, that's not really a trap, is it? Behind this bush? By bush, I mean a flat pixel. A smudgy green blob on the wall there. Owie! I don't know how long it takes to recharge your turbo or how it recharges, if it's on a timer or if you have to kill enemies. I think it might be when you kill enemies. No, it's going up on its own. Alright. Alright.
Fruit gives 50 health.
Oh, thank you. Just like the original Gauntlet, I think if you hit food by accident, it destroys it. So you don't want to do that, obviously.
Red warrior has extra speed.
Turn that off. I don't use it yet. He does seem to be moving at a fairly ponderous pace. He's taking his time. Yeah, if you're going one at a time, these guys are pretty easy to defeat. If they're grouping up on you, that's when you might have a little trouble with them. We're done. Level over. Okay, moving on. Alright, so we got 300 gold total in that level. Let's see how much that actually benefited us. Continue. Okay, whatever. I can save other ways. The main reason you would want to save in this game is if you don't, I'm pretty sure the game doesn't just boot you back here and let you continue from where you were last at. I think it continues from the last save you generated, which can cause some problems. Tell me I have more than 100, 300 gold or whatever you gave me. No, we're good. And options we already checked, so nothing there. Oh, what the? Ah! Alright. Hope I didn't just lose anything. I don't think I did. So every hub world has, I think, 6 levels, so 24 levels in the main areas, and then when you get to the final one for Skorne right here, I think it's another 6, so 30 in total. And the first area was just kind of a taste of how big they are. They actually get a lot bigger as you start playing more into the game. Hey, talk to me. How about show me the money? I didn't get more money. Damn it. All right, Thunder Hammer. Shrink enemies. Player growth. Ooh. Now, is that growth is in the whole body or just a part of the... Phoenix. Invisibility. Time stop. Super shot. Acid breath. Electric breath. Fire breath. Light amulet. Acid. Electric. Fire. I think these are all at harm on contact, but that might be this one as well. Rapid fire. It's expensive though. Levitate. I have no idea what that'll help with. 5-way shot is pretty nice, because that way, when you throw the weapon, which I've been avoiding doing, but you can do it, you throw it in 5 different directions. 3-way as well, same thing. Keys would be probably a good purchase. There you go. Alright, exit. Exit. Did I get the key? I didn't get the keys. What the hell did I do? Crap. Alright, so save and return if you want to keep the keys you bought. Whatever. Hey. Shop. Give me my damn keys. Brr. Oh, yeah, you can buy stat improvements in the game as well. I forgot all about that. Yeah, we'll buy 3 of those. Save and return, idiot. That's what I was supposed to be doing. Now I have 3 keys. All right, going to the next world. I thought about setting this one aside to do as multiplayer, but it turns out I actually have Gauntlet Dark Legacy as well on the PlayStation 2, and I think that one would be perfect to grab one extra friend and just take a look at it. I don't know if there is a way to do 4-player in that version of the game.
You are now entering Dagger Peak.
I mean, let's be honest here. There's a lot of games on the... Turn that off. On the N64 that are probably meant to be played and are better played with friends, and I am setting some of those aside. Don't touch. Don't touch! Alright, fine. Whatever. Another potion. So you could do everything that way if you're a coward and don't want to get in close to the enemy, but I'd rather just hit them. Hello! If it looks like it should be hit, try hitting it. Come on, you ain't got nothing, kids! So we saved a key by not going that way. Let's try the dirt mounds. Yeah, I know. I know. Wish you got more than $100 from those. Aha! The barrel stopped you from doing things. Get out of there. Nope. So yeah, this is a huge boost to how things played out over the arcade version and the Dreamcast version, where if you have an item and you want to save it for a more difficult section of the gameplay, you just hold on to it. Game isn't going to force you to use them. Like right now would be a waste of a 3-way shot if I were to leave it active, or a rapid fire for that matter. Because it was one string of enemies and they were not that hard to hit. Oh god. There! If I'm not mistaken, that was an enemy in the original game as well. I had never played Gauntlet 1 or 2 before I had played this game. I knew of them because I had the Nintendo strategy guide that came out for the 4-player, whatever the hell the multi-tap was called on the NES. They gave Nintendo Power sent out strategy guides to tell people about the functionality of the 4-player multi-tap device, and they had featured a section on Gauntlet 2. So I read all about it and then never actually played the game. I'm sure it's fine. I actually did pick up 1 and 2 to take a look at on Rental Regrets just to see if they were as good as it sounded like they were. I mean, obviously people love the arcade versions of the game, and it managed to get a sequel, and I don't have the NES licensed version of the game. I have the Tengen version, which is when Nintendo wouldn't allow companies to... Well, I don't know if they would or wouldn't allow, but they blocked companies from making games for their console without paying for the licensing rights. And Atari decided to reverse engineer the chip that was acting as the lockout for the console. And in the process of doing that, they started releasing their own versions of the carts, the black ones that had the wraparound sticker. And where am I? God, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm trying to find something to... Here we go. We'll do this. Hey, you want some? Fire. Oh, look at this. I'm hammering his ass. That's why you want to hold on to items, kids. Turn that off. Nope, turn it off. There you go. You know, he may actually have a pretty good ranged attack as well. He's not the archer. I'm pretty sure the archer has the best ranged attack, because they want you to kind of play keep away with that character. Gotcha. See another hidden thing? Another obelisk, maybe? Oh, chest. With a note. The first of many runestones is hidden in the covered cave nearby. I'm gonna find a covered cave nearby. Is that it? Maybe? We'll poke around. Who knows? This seemed like they were trying to hide it, so maybe it's this way. Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's what I wanted. My God. Strongest man alive. You son of a bitch. Yeah, I smacked you, didn't I? We gotta check. Eh! There's something here. Chest of gold. It seems like the ultimate lazy man's video game because you don't even have to, like, press buttons to do things. You just hold in the direction. There's the cave he was talking about.
Runestones that will help restore order to my tower. Return when you can.
I'm pretty sure they didn't do much tweaking to Dark Legacy to change it, aside from adding 4 new character classes and adding 4 new hub worlds to explore. Outside of that, I think you still see the original 4 from Gauntlet Legends in that game, if I'm not mistaken. So this area here, and then the other 3, the Ice World, the Pirate World, and whatever, the Volcano World, I think it is. You still see all of those in Gauntlet's Dark Legacy, but you also see 4 new ones, and I think there's like a Poison World and some other goofy stuff. Whoop. Okay, I'm gonna take a drink. Good stuff. What do I have money for? I have 450 gold. Not enough to buy stats. The ones I would say you really want to beef up if you're playing like I am as the warrior are armor and strength. Don't worry about speed. Don't worry about magic. Speed, it affects your movement speed, and if I understood correct, when you do melee, not melee attacks, but ranged attacks, it adds to your damage potential. But we already have a really good strength stat, so I don't see why you wouldn't want to do this, and then just add to armor to make sure that it's strong enough that when you do take hits up close, you're not suffering a ton of damage, which we're not right now. 4 keys is enough, and I don't think we're going to buy anything else. All right, save and return. How about a couple of hints, buddy? I saw you had hints.
Find the runestone hidden in the lost cave.
I did that. How about a world hint?
An obelisk waits on the cliffs of desolation. I need that power to open the next doorway.
I don't know where that is. The levels aren't named. They're numbered, buddy.
You must destroy the dragon and retrieve the shard he guards for Skorne.
I don't know if you have to beat the bosses in order to go to the next hub world. I think you find enough obelisks and then the rest of them open. That matters for one very important reason. To fight the fire dragon, which is on this level, the mountain level, you need an ice axe, which you get from this level. And this level has an ice dragon, which you need like a fire something or other, which you find from one of these other worlds. So it's kind of like, go to each of the worlds, finish most of the levels, come back and do the bosses at the end once you have their special weapons that'll weaken them up. Why did they do it that way? I don't know. They just did. Say goodbye to the man in the yellow hat, everyone. Curious George, the curious little monkey. Why aren't you going? Oh, because I hit the attack button.
You are now entering the cliffs of desolation.
I'd like to know what he did once George became an adult. Because George, male ape, definitely probably was not nice around him once he became old enough to reproduce sexually. The third obelisk in the mountain realm is on the high road because they are very aggressive, the male chimps, when they're around other men. Fine around women, apparently, but men, yeah, no deal. Get out of here. I see meat! Oh, and someone who's attacking me. We're gonna get that son of a bitch. I don't know why it's not letting me shoot the food. You're supposed to be able to shoot poison, right? Suck it! Yeah, it seems like my melee attacks against the scorpions, no dice. No good. It also seems like I keep getting health back from characters. I'm guessing they drop food? Okay! Stop touching my back! No back touch. Yeah, we want to kill these guys at a distance. They're rough on me. Quit hitting the guys in there. Oh, you son of a... Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Now I can go get the food. If I didn't shoot it. Now, one of the things I think they did to make multiplayer a little more intense is you still get the same number of drops, even if you're playing with multiple people. In essence, it makes it so that you need to share your supplies if you want to survive. Get the cash? Get out of here. Get. I think the things that I left open up above? Nope. There we go. Are still going to be open, or are still going to be, oh, there you go, populated, and all the other generators can't generate more characters as long as they are back attack. No, maybe not. Right, go break this thing. Get out of here. Get. Why are you not hitting the guy right there? Aim at him. The aiming leaves a little bit to be desired at a range. Okay. All right, where's my... There it is. Get him down where we know he's going to take hits and fire. Oh, wait. Get. Turn that off while I'm not taking... Oh, that didn't help much. Stop aiming at nothing! Oh, you doofus! He's aiming at nothing. He's still aiming down below. We aim at the guy charging. Thank you. Dumbass. Focus up, dip. Don't aim at nothing. I saw a thing. Why can't you be like the other Conan? The one that doesn't talk, ever, because he didn't really speak too much English. No. Turn that off. Turn that off! Aw, they won't let me turn it off. It has to stay on. Damn it, I should have come down here. Big key. I ate something. Whoa! Dink. Sounds a little bit like Metal Mario and Mario 64. And the respect of his peers. That'll never happen. Stupid, simple warrior. Hidden trigger for the nearby gate lies beneath your feet. In other words, go down here, down below. Uh-oh. Hey. Oh. There it is. And a key. Yeah, no, we left that other area unattended to. Nothing here. Hit the switch. Some of the texture work is okay. It's passable. But then they had to cut corners where they could, and one of those corners is some of the effects are very lame looking. Did I just destroy that apple? No, I didn't. Key. Let's go up here. We'll do a three-way shot when we get in here. Why not? Let's mess around a little. Go. Look at this. Look at this. Let me shred them fools. Are you attacking at nothing? Idiot. Watch this.
To the Valkyrie's castle is now on. Come through my tower and take back that hallowed fortress.
I don't want to yet. I think as you degrade the tower, the lesser enemies come out. So they're these big beefy guys to start, but as you lower the quality of the generator, they become lower quality enemies coming out as well. Meat! Ah, you dick. We'll probably take a look at one of the Valkyrie levels at least before we call it a day today. Just to see it. What I would like to do is make it far enough to fight one of the bosses. Now, will we have the item that we're supposed to have to fight him? No, we won't, because I'm not going to go through 2 worlds to find the item to beat 1 world's enemy. That's just more than I wanted to devote to the game today. It does mean that if you are dedicated and you play through these levels fast enough, you can beat the game in probably a good sitting, 2 sittings. I think that's why Dark Legacy came out, because when they realized that the game had some legs on home console, they decided to make the game longer, and the levels in Dark Legacy are considerably longer. It's pretty noticeable when you play the new levels, just how much more there was to them. No, I didn't do the thing! There we go. Turn that off, idiot. Damn it. Get the food. What are those, the Emperor Scorpions? Bigger they are, the less dangerous they are, because they don't have problems controlling how much poison or venom they shoot into their target whenever they sting them. You want the big ones. The small ones, they are more dangerous, because they just, for lack of a better term, pump their full load in you. I see it. I see it. Wait, Leia! Alright, there we go. What is this?
Fire amulet.
No, not yet. I'll have use for it soon. Not now. So on normal, it looks like they're giving you just enough food, and you're capable enough as a warrior, at least, to fend off the enemy. Nope, don't do that. To fend off enemies without much trouble on normal difficulty. I imagine on higher difficulties, it's going to be something where you're going to have a lot easier time doing this stuff with friends to help you out. But you also have to share health while you're doing that. And not just health, but also the rewards for not doing that. Save the key. Alright, well, if they're stuck, let's take advantage of that. Yeah, go down here where the scorpions are coming from. Aw, man. I don't know what that does.
Red warrior has extra speed.
Sure I didn't just activate it by accident. I did not. Turn that off. So what did that do? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh yeah, this is one of the secret levels. It's supposed to play like the original Gauntlet. Pick up the coins as fast as you can. If you do this, I think you gain a secret character, but I might be wrong. But you got to get all of the coins. You cannot leave any behind. Oh, you can carry this item. Oh, really? Yeah, so now we can buy the Minotaur. Yeah, okay. Well, we got enough. Cool. That easy.
Multiple hits destroy secret walls.
Well, nothing to do with these. Just head back down if this is the path down. I think it is. No, it's not! I don't know if we have to hit an exit or if we just wait out the clock and then we're good. Obviously, the camera zoomed in a little bit tighter than it would be in the original game, but we did it. We did what we needed to do, and now I can get the Minotaur. Whoop, 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 whoop. You live! Oh, crap. Does that mean the level's over? Oops. Continue. Yeah, it does. Oh, well.
You've weakened Skorne's control over the castle gate. I can now destroy his shield. The Valkyrie's castle is now a stronghold to the wretched soldiers and undead knights of Skorne. The courtyard is your best entry point. The gates are smashed, and catapulted boulders have weakened the walls. You'll have to fight through the dungeons and armory up to the highest parapet where the castle guardian holds the next shard of my window. Take back this hallowed fortress.
Yeah, but what do I do with these? Job? Can I buy it this way? Job? We have enough to buy more of this. Yay! Okay, save and return. So here's what we'll do. We're going to save state. So that I can make sure if this doesn't work, we don't get screwed over. And it might not work. I don't have a controller packed up. Oh, I do, but I can't remember where the hell it is. So, characters. Fingers crossed. Let's see if this works. Change. No, not that. This, no. That guy. There we go. Look at that. And it's the exact same stats. It's just a character skin, basically. Change letter. Oh, man. It doesn't work. Maybe it's 1,000K. Oh, let me look. Yeah, no. It says 10,000K. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. End. I don't know if I felt the controller rumble a single time while we've been playing. Oh, come on, man. Alright, let's do... Let me think about this. Do we want this episode to run long so that we could try to beat... Because we just lost the progress on the one level, didn't we? No? Okay. Going through that door actually did activate the exit for this level. I don't know if we missed anything in there. If we did, we can't get it now. Let's do this. We want to try to get to this boss fight, even if we have access to another level. Alright, go. Wow, 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 wow.
You are now entering the Lost Cave.
Oh, okay. Well, these aren't ankle biters like the scorpions were, so not too bad. Map. Lava Street gates are lowered by the triggers in the darkness. I definitely appreciate the very... No, that didn't require a switch. Just smacked it. Make sure there's nothing in the walls. No. I'm sure when I played this game the first time, I didn't find all the runes without cheating a little bit. I think in some spots they are hidden in a way that you have to just be wailing away at regular unmarked walls in order to find them. Oh, see ya! Plenty of potions. There is a thing you could do with the potion to make like a shield. Let's try that. Oh, that wasn't it. There it is. So you hit the enemy while you're walking around without having to hit a button, and they can't damage you, I think. The potions, frankly, the best use for them is to kill death. It's the only item that kills death in the game. Your melee attacks won't, none of the special items you pick up, ranged attacks, nothing works except for potions. You use a potion, they take damage. And because this level is going to be a little more convoluted than other levels, I won't be surprised if I'm lost in here for a while. Get out of here. Get. Why are you not hitting him? Quit aiming at nothing! Yeah, I think the game probably could have used a little bit better target selection. Like, the game shouldn't be struggling to determine which one you want to hit when there's an enemy 5 feet from you and an enemy 50 feet away from you. It should be targeting the enemy 5 feet away. Just common sense. There we go. Quit trying to kick the enemy. Well, let's pick some items to use. I don't know what rapid fire does. How about the fire amulet? Let's poke around with this a little bit. We also want to save some of these for the boss fight, because they will help. I don't recall the boss fights being impossible to complete, but you don't want to run into it without any item support. Pretty sure something changes every time you gain 10 levels with your character. If it's not the weapon you're using, I think they add like some special benefit that they don't tell you about. You just kind of notice it. The familiars, I want to say, get to level 25 before they start popping up. The familiar basically just acts like a second ranged attack whenever you attack enemies. So instead of shooting one axe, you shoot an axe and a little fireball or lightning bolt or something. Now, we definitely opened a switch. We just got to figure out where it was. I think our goal here today is get to the boss. Whether we beat them or if we lose, so be it. We just want to see the boss before we leave the game and offer final thoughts. What? Oh, it was a little fire gout. I can fight these guys hand to hand. Alright, switches down. The gate is open. Lot of guys! Lot of guys! Oh, they're hitting hard. This is not working. Oh, God. Hey, these guys are tough. Not good. Have to buy some food when we get to the next area. Oh, I see one of the rune stones. Now we can get it. This may be a situation where the enemy is more weak to ranged attacks than melee, so I was kind of making the wrong choice by trying to engage him hand to hand. I don't know. I don't know if that's something that the game was necessarily doing on purpose. But when they give you an option to hit the enemy at a distance like this and they can't reach you, do it. Get out of here. I love that the enemy is trying to attack me, but they're also like, I don't know if I want to do this. Broke it. You get nothing. It's strange that there's like some auto aim, but not a lot. Like the game will sometimes target enemies if they're above or below you, but more often than not, they'll just kind of fly in one of 8 directions when you do a ranged attack, which is strange. Very strange.
Fire amulet.
Oh, more fire amulet. Yes. Yes. Oh, fire. I see fire. Touch the fire.
Fire breath.
What is this? Got a generator here? No, we just have some enemies in a corner. Alright, we're making some progress. Gotcha. Where's the generator? Nope. Not doing that. Leave it off. I opened something that way. A dead end. Again, you have no control over the camera, so the way that it's pivoting and turning while you're playing the game, it's kind of on autopilot. Gotcha. What the hell? I did not choose to hit that wall. The game just kind of decided to point in that direction. See? Ah, damn it! That hurt. I know that feeling. Oh, damn. I heard a growl. Sounds like an ogre right there. Yep. Got the wall open. Will he come and face me? No, he won't. Can I take advantage of his lack of range? Where are you coming from? The ice axe sits in the castle's treasury. Find it before facing the dragon. So literally they're telling you, don't do the dragon.
Order restored. Bring it to my house.
Damn, I saw him too. I see a guy picking up an exploding barrel.
Your key ring is full.
Well, damn, we have to spend some keys. That's my favorite kind of enemy, the one that stands in place and does nothing.
Rapid fire.
Don't spend it. Good. Anything behind that? No walls that I can break? Oh. There's a generator somewhere nearby. There's the exit.
Rapid fire.
Love it. Man, lots of rapid fire. I want to take that into the boss fight. There's the generator. Where's the ogre? I know he's here. I'll hit the potion. Not hitting? There he is. Woo! Big hit. I love it. You can't fight back. We'll just do this all day. See ya. Big meat! Is it a conflict of interest to have a Minotaur eat a steak? Like, does that make him a cannibal? I mean, he's half human, half bull, right? Oh, God. The danger of opening those things. All right, I think we got everything. We got the rune. We fought the big golem thing. We got the chest over here. I think we're good. We can just go ahead and grab the last key that was on the ground over here somewhere. There it is. We're out. Level over. Not too bad. I do think they changed the layout of the N64's levels to make them a little bit smaller, but not a huge amount smaller. But I don't know for certain. He is. He's the wizard version of the man in the yellow hat. Come one, come all. I want you to buy my food, especially bananas. I have lots of them for Curious George. Let's buy. Ah, damn it. You gotta pay 1,000. I was gonna say, get some health. Can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, so the other stats are going up. It's not just strength. But that's fine, because really, you should focus more on strength than anything else as the warrior. Plenty of keys, plenty of potions. We're not going to mess with that. All right. Save and return. Save to nothing, because it's not saving on the cart. Save to the game's internal memory. All right. One last level. We'll do this. Then we'll go fight the boss, and we'll call it a day. Going to the mountain cavern. So they do show you the name. All right.
You are now entering the volcanic cavern.
No, it said mountain cavern. Don't lie. You make stuff up. I just can't trust you anymore. Hey, how about you hit the guy that's attacking you right there? Right there. Hit him! Why are you aiming at everything else? Gotcha. Okay, we need to go find where these are coming from and kill it, because they are too much. Oh, God. Gotcha. Fire breath to the rescue. Oh, that was a big ham. Search the walls for signs of secret places. Naughty places. Ooh. Alright, I'm looking. I'm looking. I don't see none. I don't see no stinking secret places. Unless you mean badly textured places like this right here. Good lord. Looks like a staircase carved in the wall. Can you please? Thank you. I mean, I know the N64 thumbstick was pretty accurate. Maybe not 100% like completely accurate at all times, but I know I was pointing in the direction of that guy and it wasn't aiming that way at all. Hit the damn generator. Thank you. Uh-oh. Hit something. Switch. Get. Look at this! Axes are just whizzing past him. 5-way?
Three-way shot.
Oh, more 3-way. Sounds like my kind of action. Oh, God. Yes! Stand in place and do nothing. Oh, come on. Damn it. I think the level of your turbo determines what attack you're going to do. But I don't know how long it takes to charge that final level. I think that's part of the problem we're running into. Burn them all! I got fire breath. Oh god, here we go. Gotcha. I can see it in the distance. Got it! Nice. Oh crap, there was another one right there. Get out of here. Gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. There we go. There we go. It's gone. And they're all stuck on a chest. You son of a bitch. Oh, audio's starting to lag out again. Why does it look like someone just like threw like a whole bunch of like extra paint into a bucket and then threw that paint onto these enemies? Like, it just random splotches of color for the texture of that enemy. Get out of here. All right, looking at the wall. Looking at the wall. I see nothing to hit. Oh crap! I didn't mean to do that. Eh, we still have 5. Up! And it's over. Fire attack! I'll be perfectly honest, I don't remember if I ever used that when I played through this game the first time. Probably because I didn't bother looking at the instruction manual. I was like, I don't need no stinking manual. We can do this. It's just hit X to do the thing. Except there is no X on the NCP. You know what I'm saying. What the hell is that? It's a rock. I broke the rock. That'll never happen. That man has so much money. Raja's scimitar is here, thirst for the head of the castle's guardian. And you know he didn't just make that from, like, movies or wrestling, because wrestling certainly didn't pay out that much when he was doing it. It had to be just shrewd investments. Like, he has partial ownership stake in TKO, and TKO's got some decent pay packages, but I don't think he's making that much money from it. It's other things that he's put money into. That's why he can afford to relaunch the UFL or whatever it was. Maybe it's called XFL. I don't remember. Hello. Oh, there's a generator right there. Break the generator. Break it down. Broke it. Ah, damn it, I didn't. Oh, maybe I did. I want to go back to the enemies I can destroy with my hand-to-hand attacks instead. There's another wall that you can break. Yeah. Super shot! Definitely save that for the boss. Fire breath has been very helpful against these mobs, so we'll save that up. Pile of gold. Oh, okay. Back up, back up, back up. It's not getting staggered this time. Uh-oh. It was getting staggered on the environment. Yep. Alright, nice hit. Didn't kill him, though. Got him. Alright. Not too bad. Didn't take any damage from him. Took a little nibble from one of the side guys, but... Is that the exit? That is the exit. Poke around over here just a little bit more before we leave. I see a switch. Nope. Save that. No ice-based items, which is concerning, because I would imagine the dragon is weak to ice. I see some cash. Suck it! Aw, damn it. There's still things to kill. Another switch. So many switches in this area. Oh, look at that! I didn't see that before. Nope. Nope. Breakable walls are scarred with fire. Does that mean this is fully accessible now? It sure is. Look at that. Bump. Meat! And another one of these.
Order restored. Bring it to my tower.
What does this lead to? Oh? Oh, this is one of the two-way switches, if I'm not mistaken. There are some switches that you can't activate without a second player. Found the scimitar!
Found the scimitar of Gauntlet.
We don't want to do that. Leave that off. Oh, maybe not. Well, that is only good against the enemy... the Chimera, I think is the enemy. The Ice Axe is good for the dragon. The Scimitar is against the Chimera. And there's like a spell one that works against an enemy. I can't remember all of them. But we're done. That's the important part. We can go fight the boss, and then we can go and wrap things up. And see if we need the Ice Axe to beat him. And I'm betting we don't have to have it. It would help. But it's not necessarily going to make or break the experience of fighting him.
I shall add this stone to the castle. Circle, whatever.
Alright. So, let's... Well, we be shopping. I have enough to buy health. You can sell health. What a terrible idea. I really need money. I'm going to sell it. No, we're not. We're not selling. Or maybe they don't let you sell health. Yeah, okay. So it lights up only if you can sell it, and you cannot sell health. Good. Smart. Don't let me do dumb things, game. Oh, what was that? It's just a shield. Might be a bad idea to buy one. Reflect shield might not be a bad idea as well. Let's do that. Alright, so, save and return. I want to kit out before we get to this. I don't know what that did. I have a feeling I know what this does. Alright, we'll do a save. We'll hit the right button first. Alright, save. Phew, here we go. I don't have the Ice Axe that we're supposed to use against them. Basically, I think what it does is they don't all do the same thing. Some of them actually damage the enemy. Some just make the enemy stuck for a couple of seconds. I think the Ice Axe freezes the fire dragon for 10 seconds before he reawakens or thaws out or whatever. With the Chimera, if you use the Scimitar, it cuts off one of the heads of the Chimera, and then you can attack that side of the enemy without being hit back. And then there's Yeti is one of the other enemies. And you use something that causes a ton of damage, and then basically just do a couple of hits to finish them off. I don't remember what the fourth enemy is.
now entering the dragon's lair.
I sure am. Alright. Oh! What you got, kid? I'm doing little bits of damage. And he just hit me. Ow, ow. Wow, he did a ton of damage, too. With those two little swipes. Alright, this isn't doing too much for me. But he has a I'm dead! And that's why you need the boosts. Alright, continue. Oh, it's over because I hadn't saved. That's why. That's why you had to do that. We'll try a couple more things. So the reflect was nice, but it didn't. Was it paused? Oh, the game's not going to let me do anything. Okay, well, save stating in this game does not work. Important to note. All right, well, tell you what, we'll leave it stuck on this screen, I guess, while we offer final thoughts on the game. Let's go ahead and do the review phase. We'll do a round of the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is that the game was designed to accommodate a particular style of mindless, chaotic action, and it accomplishes that goal quite well. We've talked about this on the channel before. There is absolutely an appeal to games designed for the player to just zone out and do the things. I was quite effusive with my praise for Road Rash 64 for that exact brand of gameplay. Turn your brain off and just enjoy the chaos. Gauntlet Legends does a great job of funneling dozens of enemies on screen and shuffling them in the player's general direction, and if you want the minimal amount of interaction, you can literally just steer the character towards the enemy and they'll hit whatever you point them at. I get it, this is not the height of sophisticated gameplay systems, and it's not for everyone, but I liked it. The addition of a leveling system and meaningful stat differences is a nice touch. If you like to get up close and scrap with the enemy, invest in strength and armor stats. Want to play keep away and attack at a distance, speed is the stat for you. The only one I think was a misstep was the magic stat, and we'll get into that in the bad, but overall I think giving players a leveling system was a net positive for the game. Add to that the special familiars you receive at special levels, which we didn't get to during the video today, and the leveling system successfully incentivizes completing a run of the game, instead of just starting over every time you get a friend to come over. The N64 port did something the developers either couldn't do in arcades or refused to do in order to force players to keep popping in quarters, and that is the introduction of the inventory system. On the N64 and later the PlayStation port, if a player picked up an item and didn't want to use it right then, they could deactivate the effect and save it for a more opportune moment. This is brilliant. Not every player is going to scramble to hit a nearby barrel or open a chest if a squad of goons is bearing down on them, meaning a well-placed power-up may go to waste once someone finally picks it up. Giving the players the option to use items at their discretion is always the right call. And it also makes the item shop more useful, as players preparing to enter a tougher level or even a boss fight can plan to use their items more effectively instead of having all the purchased items activate at the same time. I don't understand why Atari and later Midway for the various ports couldn't figure this out. The PS2 version of Gauntlet Dark Legacy removed the inventory system, which is baffling. It kneecaps the gameplay. The controls were expanded beyond the original Gauntlet's 2-button gameplay of attack or potion. You now have a melee attack where you just bump into enemies, ranged attacks, a special turbo button to move faster, activate special attacks based on your turbo meter's charge that devastate the enemy, and a shielding effect when the turbo button is held while using a potion. While the gameplay is not exactly rife with complex enemy designs or deep AI, giving the player more options for how to fight the enemy is always a good thing. I like that the game added boss fights to work towards, and that the game hid special weapons to be used on those bosses in the different worlds. And more importantly, the special weapons are not effective against the boss of the world that they are found in. The genius behind this is that it tells the players that they should wait until they've completed the standard levels to attempt the bosses, as they have large health pools and can dish out a surprising amount of damage, and players should level up before fighting them. We saw when I attempted the fight against the dragon. I was not ready for it. At all. This also has a secondary effect of getting players to look for secret walls and destructible boulders to find other secrets, like the locations of the rune stones. Special weapons can, in some cases, be quite devastating to the associated boss, so finding them should be an imperative. I did mention that the dragon one was probably the weakest of the lot, because literally all it does is it freezes the dragon for like 10 seconds. But there is one item, and I don't remember the boss. I want to say it was like a Yeti. But you hit the enemy with that special weapon, and it does like 75% of their damage. So you're literally just chipping away at a tiny health bar if you find that special weapon and use it. A rare good for Nintendo on this front, using the controller packs to save your character was for once a good idea, because it allows players to build up their characters at home in a separate single-player session, and then bring that beefed up character back into a group game to continue the campaign. This might have been what Nintendo intended for the controller packs all along, but how many developers actually did it? Very few. Still, the use worked here, so I have to add it as a good. As far as the bad, I mentioned this before while discussing the stats, the magic stat was poorly thought out. Its only benefit, per Atari, is the damage potential of potions, and potions are a limited resource. You can only carry 9 of them at a time. And more importantly, aside from the anti-death item, which we didn't see today, potions are the only way to defeat the death enemies. Why couldn't your turbo meter, which allows players to do all kinds of magical-looking attacks, be tied to the magic stat? That way, a high magic stat improves the cooldown time for the turbo meter and increases the damage, range, or even size of your turbo attacks. Unfortunately, the wizard class got the shaft in the character class department because his stat is by far the least useful. You don't find enough potions in each level to justify their frequent use. I don't remember if this was fixed in Dark Legacy, but I would hope that they found a way to make magic more useful. Aiming is oddly stiff because you can only point your ranged attack in 8 directions, and for some reason, the game will randomly choose to auto-aim at certain enemies, and it never seems to aim at the most immediate threat. More than a few times, I would be trying to hit an enemy a few feet away when the game suddenly turned my character around and started throwing axes at a target 30 feet away. Add to that, targeting enemies that the character can't actually hit because they're on the floor below me or above me, and the aiming system needed a complete revamp. It was a hot mess. The camera system is also a hot mess. The levels are laid out in a fairly convoluted manner to build a sense that each area is actually a maze, but the camera only serves to make it harder to track your location, as it whips to odd angles for seemingly no reason, and you cannot adjust the camera angle at all. This was likely because it needed to be able to track multiple players going in different directions, but with just one active player, it felt like the camera couldn't decide where it wanted to point at times, which should not be a problem. If you're only one player, why can't the camera just keep focused on what you're doing? I noticed this while playing and didn't mention it because why complain about a good thing, but why doesn't the standard difficulty, normal, include any health drain? One of the core elements of the original Gauntlet was the constant, ever-present bleed that every character deals with. It forces players to finish enemies off quickly, find the exit, and share food if they want to continue playing as a team. Without that health drain, the gameplay is more ponderous. You spend more time meandering instead of hunting for the exit. Even a slower health drain, say 1 or 2 points per second or even 5 seconds, would be better than nothing. I get it, I could have just bumped up the difficulty, but taking away health drain on any difficulty feels like stripping Gauntlet of its soul. They should have left it in there, for all difficulties. As far as the ugly, I like that the game included special character unlocks and that they were as simple to earn as going through a fun throwback Gauntlet-style overhead level collecting tokens, but I wish they had actually juiced these special characters up with some better stats or new abilities. Sure, it's fun to run around levels as a Minotaur or the Egyptian god Anubis, but if they just have the same stats as my standard warrior, why bother? Small gripe, the skins are still fun to collect, but they could have been better. It could be the level of difficulty I was playing on, but there seemed to be an extreme dearth of ranged enemies to deal with. I would encounter maybe 1 or 2 bomb throwers or archers per level, and that was it. Battling through melee mobs rarely proved to be a challenge. Mixing in a few more enemies that attacked at a distance could have fixed that, but the developer held back. I don't get it. I think there should have been more guys just kind of pestering the player like that. I kind of wish the game had a map. I know it would have ruined the maze feel of the levels, but only having it show what you had explored would have been a simple fix to making levels too easy to navigate. And seeing incomplete branches of a particular path would clue players into an area they didn't explore thoroughly enough, making the search for runestones and the special weapons that much easier. But I was finding those items easily enough, so it's a small gripe. Graphically, Gauntlet Legends definitely showed the limits of game engines processing polygonal models in 1998. While the game could handle a lot of characters on screen at once, they were often very jagged, owing to lower poly counts per model. While it doesn't really affect much of the experience, given how little time you'll have to look at enemies before killing them, it does show where they had to cut corners to keep the game running smoothly. This one is very port-specific, but the N64 port didn't just benefit graphically from using the expansion pack, it actually requires the pack in order to play with 4 players. Without the expansion pack, the game could only handle, quoties, 3 players, which sounds like a problem that Atari may have been paid by Nintendo to create in order to justify more expansion pack sales. Very lame, but I already had a pack when the game came out, and we were looking at an emulated software version of it on the Polymega, so it didn't really matter, and the problem only affects multiplayer, so it's not a complete deal breaker. All right, let's give the game a score. We do our score in Randars, 1 to 10. Gauntlet Legends is the ideal multiplayer experience. It satisfies the itch for a mindless, screen-filling blitz of action that incentivizes cooperation and has mild RPG elements to encourage extended sessions. Add in an inventory system that allows players to bank power-ups for when they're truly needed, and the developers of this port made it a multiplayer game you could come back to without feeling like you're starting from square one. The aiming sucks, and the camera could have used some refinement, but this is a game I would love to play with a group. I'm giving Gauntlet Legends an 8. 8 Randars. This game feels like the precursor for what became X-Men Legends and Marvel Ultimate Alliance, where a group of 4 players could play the character of their choice, level up and assign powers that they liked to tackle mobs of simpler grunts before taking on named Marvel villains. Gauntlet Legends doesn't have quite that level of sophistication, but it gets the crudest parts right. Aim your character at the mobs and beat them to a pulp. Level up your particular strong stats and take on the big bads when you found the appropriate super weapons. It's not terribly deep, but it was built for an arcade setting, so it didn't really need to be. It strikes the perfect balance of simplistic action with mild progression that fits a multiplayer experience. I love it. 8 Randars. Now, if only Midway could have kept that inventory system for future versions, one can only dream. Truth be told, I have the PS2 version of Gauntlet Dark Legacy, and I may swap it out for the GameCube version. How do you screw up an inventory system after fixing it in the previous console generation? It's baffling. Apparently, the GameCube and Xbox versions kept the inventory system. Maybe there was some bug up Sony's ass, and they just really hated the idea of having players get items that they could save for later. What a weird choice. All right, that is going to do it for this episode of Nubs Collection. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and we'll see you next time.